Namaskar, hello and welcome once again to NCERT's special live phone-in program Sahyog, Guidance for Mental Well-Being of the Children. My name is Tanvi Khurana, and in this particular session we are going to discuss the topic self-awareness, the foundation for building confidence. We all know that confidence is very important for a human's personality, and especially for the students when they are growing and they need the confidence to take certain decisions and for their growth. It's very important. So self-awareness is the key for them, and if you have any questions to raise for this topic, then please share them with us through our email ID, which is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. You're watching this program live on PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your questions, queries and share them with us. So let me introduce you to our today's experts. We have with us Miss P.V. Manjula. Welcome, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste. Ma'am is an assistant professor in special education from Regional Institute of Education, Mysuru, NCERT, and along with her we have a practicing counselor, and she is Dr. Deepa L.H. Welcome, ma'am, to you too.
Thank you, and namaskar everyone.
Thank you. So we'll be waiting for your questions, and till 5:30 we are here with our experts discussing the topic self-awareness, the foundation for building confidence. Let's just begin with understanding what exactly is self-awareness all about. So I would request Deepa ma'am to kindly share the layman's definition with our students and our viewers. Ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So students, what happens is during day-to-day life, there are so many things which is out of our control, which we feel that which is overwhelming, which is irresistible to think about, and also we experience so many emotions, and all those emotions, what happens is they are all over the place, and we might be worried about ourselves and those who are around us, and also we are pleased for the ability to care of the task which is at the home or maybe which is at the schools we have not had time for. So often what happens is we are going to experience many different emotions all in one day, either a positive emotions or a negative emotions, and it can feel like a roller coaster. So one way we can manage the roller coaster of these feelings is to build the self-awareness. And when you build the self-awareness by creating several moments in the day where you can pause for yourself to check in with yourself there. So because of that reason, self-awareness is nothing but it is being aware of different aspects of the self, including it can be the traits, it can be the characteristics, it can be the behaviors, and also it can be the feelings. So self-awareness, we can say it is a psychological state in which oneself becomes the focus of attention. We are focusing on ourselves, and it is something which is central to who we are or who we want to be. So it is the thinking skill which is going to focus on child's behavior or the individual's ability to accurately judge their own performance as well as their behavior, and accordingly they can respond appropriately to different social situations. So self-awareness is always going to help an individual or a children to tune into their feelings, into their emotions, as well as to the behaviors and feelings of others also. So self-awareness is the experience of one's own personality or our own individuality. And it is how an individual consciously knows and understands their own character, their own traits, their own behaviors, as well as their desires and motives. So that is what we call it as a self-awareness. And when people are self-aware, they understand what are their strengths, what are their positive behaviors, and what are their challenges, and know what helps them to succeed. When they know what are their strengths, what are their negatives, or what are their positive points, or what are their weaknesses, it is going to help them to succeed in all aspects of the life. So they also understand that how they see themselves may be different from how others sees them. So because of that reason, knowing about ourselves is very important. So self-awareness is going to help us to become aware of the thought patterns and how we are going to react to the certain situations. So how we are going to react to the situation, it is going to help us. So when children are aware about the self, it is going to set the foundation for building confidence. When you are aware about your strength, aware about your behaviors, aware about your challenges, then what happens? And certainly we can say that it is going to help us for building the confidence in one ourselves. So when children are aware about self, it is going to set the foundation for building confidence. So because we know who we are, how we feel, and what behaviors we might have. So when we are aware, we become very, very confident. So being clear about where we are strong, where we are weak, it is going to help boost confidence. Instead of weakness, when you say when you are aware, or when you know, when you are aware about where you are strong, it is going to help for boosting the confidence, because it helps us focus more energy on doing what we are good at, which is going to increase our overall sense of confidence. So hence we can say that self-confidence is a skill that is going to make us believe in ourselves. It is going to trust you are capable of achieving any task, despite of the negativities, despite of the odds, and despite of the difficulties. If you are aware about yourself, you can achieve what you want. So people who are, or children who are confident may be more willing to take a new challenges, as well as they take the responsibility for their actions or maybe their failures, because they are aware about themselves. So this is what we call it as a self-awareness.
Okay, all right. Ma'am, one thing I wanted to ask here, that students these days, they are very conscious about how they look. So if they understand that about the self-awareness, if they know that this is how they look and this is not what's accepted in the society or among their friends, they don't take it in a positive manner. So in that case, what should they do?
So when you talk about, in the sense, we can say that what is the importance of the self-awareness. So when you're talking about how they look and all, that means that how it is important to become a self-awareness here. So we can say that children or the people, they are not born completely self-aware. If we want to be more confident, we have to learn first to be self-aware. So when they are aware about self, they will be aware about each and every aspects in their life, because self-awareness is going to help us become at peace with who we are, and it is going to help us better manage our thoughts. It is going to help us better manage our emotions and reactions, because self-awareness, as I've told you, it is going to give the foundation for the confidence on which we are going to build the confidence, because it separates the real from the perceived self. If we truly understand what is real about ourselves, instead of believing the false things about ourselves, we have a better chance at being confident. So we have to know about what is real and what is perceived sense of ourselves there. And even we can say that when you talk about the self-awareness, even the WHO, that is World Health Organization, also says that self-awareness is one among the, we can say that it is one of 10 life skills which is going to help us to promote the wellness and the well-being in the individual. So that means that self-awareness is very, very important. And having a healthy self-awareness, we can say it is going to promote the emotional well-being or the psychological well-being, and also it is going to boost the self-esteem in the individual, and it is going to provide the insight into who they are, why they react as they do, and give them the direction for the self-improvement. So when they are aware, they know how to improve, what to improve, which area to improve there. So self-awareness for the students is very, very important, especially for the success, because self-aware people have a fundamental belief in their ability to achieve a goal, and this trait, we can say that it is going to help students to thrive or to achieve in everything they are doing. So people or students who are aware about self, they are very, very happier, and they have a better interpersonal relationship, because it is going to help us to become a better decision makers. It gives us more self-confidence, and because of the better decision maker and because of the confidence, we are going to communicate very clearly with the other people. Through that, we are going to improve the interpersonal relationship with the other people. And also we can say that it is going to help us to understand the things in a multiple perspective. So whatever the challenges you are facing, we are going to see the alternatives. So which is suitable, or which am I strong in that? So that perspective we are going to choose there. And also it is going to free us from the assumptions or the negativities or the biases. And also we can say that it is going to help for the greater regulations of our emotions. So if you want to control the negative emotions, when you are aware about yourself, it is going to help us to regulate the emotions. It also, when you are confident, it is going to decrease your fatigue, it is going to decrease your strength, and then it is going to make you more happier. So when we are self-aware, we are able to recognize our emotions. This is the first step for regulating or controlling our emotions. When you know what are the emotions, we can control those emotions. So we can say that regulating or recognizing our emotion is one of the part of the self-awareness. So when you are anxiety, or when you are suffering from the anxiety, when you are suffering from the sadness, that is going to help us to control our emotions. And also we can say that it is going to identify our triggers, which is going to help us better plan how to react for the next time and make the more responsible decision regarding our behavior, regarding our actions and our emotions. And also we can say that self-awareness is going to empathize with the others and take another person's perspective, which is going to help us resolve the conflicts, which is going to help us resolve the negativity, and also it is going to help for building the positive relationship. And one more thing, we can say that when we are self-aware, we are able to recognize our strength, we are able to recognize our weakness. This knowledge of recognizing what is our strength, what are our weakness, is going to help us to set the goal for ourselves. We know where we have to room to grow, and that's a good thing. So our strengths are going to help us feel confident in our ability. It is going to help us to improve on our weakness. If we are not self-aware, we may fall into the trap of having mixed with the mindset or negative mindset, in which we are less likely to take the opportunities to grow there. So our self-awareness reminds us what we are capable of more than we can imagine, which means we may have to step out of our comfort zone. So this is how the self-awareness is going to help. And not only that, we can say when you are aware about yourself, it is going to boost the optimism or the hope in the individual. So self-awareness is the first step to set the goals. If you are self-aware enough to know your strength and weakness, you all know which goals you need to set and the strategies that is going to help us to achieve them. So because of that reason, this consciousness of our actions, of our feelings, is going to help us better understand others, and also you are going to develop healthier relationship. So self-awareness is going to, it is not going to fix all your problems, but it is going to, or it is a big step towards improvement in our life. So this is what we can say, that the importance of self-awareness.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And like you said, that self-awareness is the key. It won't fix all the problems maybe, but it's a big step that will help in the improvement. So thank you once again. And let's come to the strategies, because not every student is self-aware, it's not self-confident, but we need certain methods or strategies so that children can become self-aware. And also because it's not just one person's job, it's also the responsibility of the children's teachers and even the parents of the children. So let's discuss all those strategies and the roles and responsibility of the parents and teachers also in improving the self-awareness factor of the children. So Manjula ma'am, can you help describe it to our viewers, please?
Thank you, Tanviji. As ma'am has discussed about the importance of self-awareness, I would like to let children know some of the strategies, parents know some of the strategies, teachers know some of the strategies, how can they develop self-awareness. I'm going to discuss the topic in 3 different heads, like for children, for parents and for teachers. But let me tell you that self-awareness development is an integrated result of life experiences of the child at home, at school and in community. Just for the sake of ease, we have segregated into 3 headings. Now, first I will be focusing for children. Now children, if you want to develop self-awareness, what you need to do, you should know your strengths and your weaknesses. How do you do that? You should do SWOT analysis. What is SWOT analysis? You should know your strengths, you should know your weaknesses, knowing your opportunities, knowing your threats. Now, strengths means you might be intelligent, you might be creative. This is your strength. Weaknesses, you might be hanging on to your phones. This is your weakness. You might be procrastinating. This is your weakness. Your parents are supporting you. Your teachers are supporting you. You are having a lot of resources. This is your opportunity. And there is all possibility that because of your food habits, you may fall sick at the time of examination. This is your threat. So based on this SWOT analysis, you need to know your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And you have to define your SMART goals. What are these SMART goals? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and timely goals. Specific means the one which answer WH questions like who, what, when, why and where. Like I want to get 90% marks in my next mathematics exam. This is a very specific goal. Who wants to attain? What I want to attain 90% marks in my next exam. This is a specific goal. It's measurable because after getting my marks, I will get to know whether I really got it or not. Based on our SWOT analysis, we need to check whether it is attainable or not, and we should also check whether it is relevant to us or not, to our future or not. Then for each goal, we need to set a time, either 1 month or 2 months, and based on that, we need to prioritize our goals. One thing I would like to tell here is, for elderly children, for teenagers, analyzing themselves and setting goals might be easier. But for very young children, it won't be so easy. So teachers and parents can help them find out their strengths and their weaknesses and create some dias to show their strengths and appreciate them and reward them. The next thing is ask for feedback and listen to the feedback. When you can ask children, you can ask feedback from some person who understands you better. Like when you ask feedback, one important thing you should keep in mind is you should be open-minded. You should take the critics. You should work on them. You should reflect on them and build them. Then next you have to set boundaries. Now you, according to your family principles, your values, you need to set certain boundaries to yourself. That is healthy boundaries you need to set. And you should be assertive. You should learn to say no, and you should speak openly and honestly. You should not let anyone enter into your boundary. At the same time, you should not enter into anyone else's boundary. For example, if someone wants you to do a non-social act, so it's not according to your principles, it's not according to your values. So you may just be assertive and you may just reject it, saying that I don't want to do this. Then the fourth thing is know your emotional triggers. You should monitor your emotions. You should monitor your thoughts, your feelings. You should try to check and find what is that which is causing the turbulent emotion in you. And you should try to communicate your emotions assertively. You should respond to your emotions, then react to your emotions. What does this mean? Reacting means when someone scolds us, immediately we give back. This is reacting to the emotions. But when we are responding, we are when someone scolds us, we need to just think for a while. We should pause for a while. We should think for a while and then give response. This is responding. Be proactive than reactive. Proactive means we can anticipate certain emotions which have already occurred previously. Supposing you have gone for a function previously, someone bullied you and you got angry. If the same situation is again occurring, you can anticipate. You can seek help from your parents, you can seek help from your peer group, or you can seek help from your teachers. And you have to balance your emotions. And this balanced state of emotions, or like when you are gaining something or when you are losing something, you need to be balanced. This balanced state of mind is nothing but, it is called as Sthita Prajna Sthiti in Bhagavad Gita. And that has to be maintained by all of us. Then you need to practice self-discipline. There are several ways to practice self-discipline, and one of the most important way is by yoga. Yoga is alignment of your mind, body, mind and thought. And the Ashtanga Yoga, what we say, the 8 limbs of yoga, the Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, these 8 limbs of yoga will help you discipline yourself. They will not only help to discipline yourself, but it will help you balance your emotions to this. Let's see how it happens. Yama means ethical discipline, not telling lies, not stealing, not being non-violent is Yama. Niyama means self-discipline, internal self-observation, purity in your thought, purity in your mind, purity in your speech. Asana means posture. Sthira Sukha Asana, they say. That means your posture should be constant to concentrate on something. Pranayama is focus on your breath. When you focus on your breath, you try to control your mind. Your emotions are controlled. You can balance your mind. How can you do that? When you inhale, you can feel that all good emotions are going into you, and you can retain your breath for some time. It is called as Kumbhaka, and then you can exhale thinking that all bad emotions are going out of you. This is how your mind becomes calm. So in that way you can calm your mind for some time. Pratyahara is sense of withdrawal. You have to withdraw your senses from the distractions, outside distractions. Then Dharana. Dharana means concentrating on your goals. Dhyana means contemplating your goals and how to achieve them. So yoga is not only helpful for self-disciplining, but also it is helpful for balancing your emotions and thus creating self-awareness, improving your self-awareness. Keep a journal. Write all the bad, unpleasant emotions and good and pleasant emotions too. Self-reflective can mean self-reflection. It is called as Antardrishti. Antardrishti means you have to reflect your own self. Take 15 minutes time every day, reflect on your own self. What good has happened on that day? What bad has happened on that day? What are the consequences of bad happenings on that day? What are the circumstances, situations which have caused the bad expressions on that day? So you can work on those situations and you can try to solve those situations in a better way. And then try new experiences. As Deepa Ma'am was saying just now, you need to step out your comfort zone. You need to step out of the box and think in a novel way. Try to explore the same problem, solve the same problem in different ways. This will not only help to create self-awareness, but also it will help in developing your problem-solving skills. Then keeping your positive aspects of your life, keep yourself motivated. Motivate yourself all the time. Do not belittle yourself. Do not feel low of yourself. You should never compare yourself with others. Rather, you should construct yourself and you should try to take good from others. Develop intuitive decision-making skills. You have to make decisions with your intellect, not with your emotions. This is very important. Just not making decisions, you need to put efforts to implement them, and you need to bridge the gap between planning and implementation. Now I tell you children, it is you who is going to think about your own self in a better way, and you can refine your own self in a better way. That is why in Bhagavad Gita it said that Uddharet Atman Atmanam na Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva hi Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. Elevate yourself to the power of your mind and do not degrade yourself, for the mind can be your friend and also the enemy of the self. So that's what children, you can seek the help of your parents, seek the help of your teachers to develop your, improve upon your self-awareness. And coming to parents now, how parents can help their children. Be a role model, whatever we are. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we have got last 2 minutes left.
Yes. Parents need to be role models. They have to show through their behavior. They have to show to their children how they have to behave in certain situations. They have to recognize their children's emotions, and we have to assert to our children, not be aggressive to them. We have to be clear in our family rules. Common dining should be there to improve their interpersonal relationship. We should empathize with the child. When we empathize child, they feel secure, they feel confident, and they will express themselves without feeling shy. So let your child communicate freely with you. They will communicate freely with you. When they communicate, let them know that you feel happy when they communicate with you. Even if you don't accept to their what they say, you need not be rude, or you need not ridicule them. Instead, you can say in a gentle and polite way. Pay attention to what they say and listen to them, and help them to develop their how to respond in certain situations and how not to respond in certain situations. And coming to teachers, let the students, if you are a teacher in a class, let the students list out the things what they think is very good about themselves and project it in the class. That will be like a reinforcement for them. Discuss the thought, action, feeling circle. When you discuss this, you can create certain situation where the student is in the situation, and the student can, how the student feels about the situation, how the students can act about the situation. Like if a student is going on a cycle with his friend, he has fell down, and you can create such a situation, how he feels about it, what are his actions next that he can explain in the class. And ask to children to keep an emotion journal. Initially, if the children are very young, it can be like just pasting a emoji, or if they are adults, they can just go for a digital emotional journal. And as teachers, we should always help students identify their strengths, their weaknesses, and help them establish and work towards their goals. And finally, what I want to say is, self-awareness builds through an integrative process of life experiences of the child at home, at school, and in the community. And every child's self-awareness must be improved, and parents and teachers play a greater role in enhancing self-awareness in the child. And through these strategies, we can improve the self-awareness in children and make them confident and productive individuals of the society.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for discussing all these strategies, methods, and I'm sure the roles and responsibilities you shared for the teachers and parents, they are going to be very beneficial for them. So thank you, both of you, for being a part of this program and for giving us your time. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Tanviji.
Thank you to all the viewers for watching this interesting session. And so the moral of the story is that if you are self-aware, you will become self-confident, you will be more happy, you will be making better decisions, and you will be in a better personal relationships. And the tips ma'am gave for the parents and teachers also, they are going to be very useful. So if you have not watched this session, in case you have missed this session, then please watch it again on NCERT Official, our YouTube channel. Once again, thank you so much to all of you, and we're wrapping up today's sessions, but we'll come back again on PM eVidya channels tomorrow for more subjects, for more topics, for different classes. So stay with us, don't go anywhere. Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Namaskar.